everyone, and welcome back to Contemporary Mama. If you're new, my name is Carolyn. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I hope you'll consider sticking around and subscribing. If you do, make sure that you leave me a comment all the way at the bottom so that I can get to know you. So today is just going to be a quick review of the cleanse that I recently did. I've never done any type of cleanse before, and it actually went surprisingly well. So I thought I would just pop on here quick to give my thoughts on it in case anyone else is considering doing something similar. So the cleanse that I chose to do is the Beachbody 3-Day Refresh. And before I go any further, I just want to let everybody know I am not a Beachbody coach. I've been using their products for years. I pay full price for them all, so I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not making any money off of this video or these products. So this is completely unbiased information. But the reason why I chose to do a cleanse is because I sort of have been just off track from my nutrition for a couple of months now. And when I was going on vacation, I thought a good way to just get back on track right after vacation was to do something like this, a cleanse. So this is a 3-day cleanse, and I will just quickly share with you sort of the basics of what you eat and drink while you're on it, how my body reacted to it, and then obviously my results at the end. All right, so the very first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning, day one, is you drink 10 ounces of water. So you are going to be drinking a lot of water if you do this cleanse. So let's just get that right out of the way. You are going to be running to the bathroom, peeing all day long. So you drink 10 ounces of water, and then you have your morning shake. And if you're not familiar with Beachbody products, they have a product called Shakeology. I've been drinking it for years. It's so much more than just a protein shake. It has so many vitamins and nutrients and superfoods, and it is great for digestion, and it really keeps you full and focused. So I really enjoy drinking it. It comes in so many flavors, but if you purchase the 3-Day Refresh, then they will give you 3 shake packets of your choice. So you can pick the flavor that you want, and you are going to be having that for breakfast every morning along with a serving of fruit. So you can either have your fruit on the side if you prefer to eat it, or you can blend it in your shake, which is usually what I prefer to do since I always have frozen fruit in my freezer. So after you have your water, then you have your morning breakfast shake, and then at least an hour later, you have the option of having a cup of herbal or caffeinated tea. So they do recommend trying to abstain from coffee throughout the cleanse. If you really think that it's going to be an issue for you, if you get headaches if you don't have coffee or something like that, you are allowed to have black coffee with the option of using stevia to sweeten it. So the first 2 days that I did this cleanse, I was not at work. So I did abstain from coffee. I had green tea in the morning, and I did pretty good with it. I usually drink at least 1 very large cup of coffee a day, sometimes 2. So I was sort of nervous about that, but the green tea I think had just enough caffeine to let me get by without getting a headache. So you have your water, you have your shake, you have your green tea, and then midway through the morning you drink something called your fiber sweep. And this is a packet of psyllium fiber, and you mix it in with water and drink it. And when they say to drink it fast, you better drink it fast. The taste really isn't that bad. It has sort of a fruity taste to it, but the texture of it is a bit thick. Pulpy. I don't really know how to describe it exactly, but it's a fiber drink, so it's obviously, not exactly the most enjoyable drink that you will have. But you want to mix it up and drink it really quickly, because if you let it sit for more than a couple of minutes, it is going to get really thick and gluey, and that is just going to make it even less appetizing to drink. So you just down that really quickly, and then you'll be done. So after the morning is over, we move right on to lunch. And lunch, you get to have a couple of different things, which is nice. You start off by having another shake, and you're not having the Shakeology, you're having something that they call the Vanilla Fresh, and this is a high protein drink that's going to try and keep you full for the rest of the afternoon. So vanilla is unfortunately my least favorite flavor when I have any type of shake. So luckily they do allow you to add in something that they call guilt-free toppings. Guilt-free flavorings. So I was able to add in stevia and cinnamon, and that really helped make it taste a little bit better for me. But if you enjoy the vanilla flavored shakes, then it'll probably be fine just on its own. So I blended that up with some ice, water, my cinnamon, and stevia, and drank that. And then with lunch, you also get to have a fruit serving, a vegetable serving, and a serving of healthy fats. So healthy fats are things like avocado, hummus, olive oil, coconut oil, things like that. So obviously, you can pick the fruit that you like, and then for the vegetable and healthy fats, I did things like cauliflower rice with olive oil. I did carrots with hummus, cucumbers dipped in mashed avocado, things like that. I usually eat those things on a regular basis, so it really wasn't a stretch for me to be having those types of food for lunch. And then partway through the afternoon, you do get to have a snack, and you get to have another serving of vegetable and healthy fats. So I pretty much rotated the same vegetable healthy fat combinations, some type of raw vegetable dipped in either hummus or mashed avocado, and then I did have leftover cauliflower rice from when I had it for lunch, so I had that again mixed in with some olive oil, and I threw in some fresh herbs. Fresh herbs and spices are considered their guilt-free flavoring, so you can add them into anything that you are consuming throughout the 3 days, which is great because that adds a lot of flavor and just makes it feel a little bit more like a meal to me. If you are struggling and feeling hungry, you do have the option of having a non-caffeinated afternoon tea. I found that every time I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit hungry, it was time to either eat or drink something, because you do drink so many fluids throughout this 3 days. So it really wasn't a struggle for me. I didn't really need the afternoon tea, but if you feel like your tummy is rumbling and you just want to put something in it, you have the option of adding that in as well. Right now we are moving on to dinner, and this is where you can get a little bit more creative. So for dinner, you again have another one of those vanilla fresh shakes. It's loaded with protein, so it's going to keep you full for the rest of the night. Although this time you do not have the option to add in any fruit. There is no fruit at dinner time. So you have your shake blended with any of the guilt-free flavorings, and then you prepare one of their dinner recipes, and those are pretty much all vegetables prepared with guilt-free flavorings and healthy fats. So I did a really yummy Moroccan carrot salad. I did a cucumber and tomato salad another night, and then the third night I had their lemony green beans. So they were all really delicious recipes. I'm probably going to be incorporating them into my meal plans moving forward. But you have your protein shake, you have your vegetable recipe, and then you also have the option of adding in a cup of organic vegetable broth. And then I added in some fresh herbs and scallions, and it made me think like I was eating sort of like a Japanese miso soup. So all of that together really was a lot. It took me a while to consume everything, so it did feel like a pretty satisfying dinner. So for day 2 and 3, you repeat the same exact process. Feel free to switch up the fruits and the vegetables and your flavorings and your dinner recipe, but it is the same exact process. You have your water, you have your shake, you have your fiber drink, your vanilla fresh for lunch with fruit, vegetable, you have your afternoon vegetable snack, and then your dinner and your tea. So everything is the same for day 1, 2, and 3. Just feel free to switch up the fruits and the vegetables as you see fit. Right, so really quickly, I just wanted to talk about how my body reacted to everything, since this was a really big shock from going on vacation. And obviously on vacation, you're indulging in things that are a little bit more decadent than you usually do. You're drinking more, eating more. So it was a really big shock to my body. So the first 2 days that I did this cleanse, I was not working. I was just at home with my kids, and thank goodness that I was, because I was really irritable. Like, my temper was this short. Gosh, I was a cranky one. So I'm really glad that I wasn't at work taking that out on my poor coworkers. And I don't know if that was from the sugar withdrawal or the caffeine withdrawal. It was probably a combination of both. But it did get a little bit better every day. By the third day, I really wasn't that cranky. So I was able to get through my day at work without getting into an argument with anybody, thankfully. Another thing that they talk about a lot when they're preparing you in the written materials for the cleanse is that you do get a lot of gas, and I really didn't find that for me. I eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. High fiber is just a part of my regular diet, so I did not really find that to be an issue for me. But if your diet is not filled with those types of food on a regular basis, they do suggest you incorporating a lot more salads into your diet before starting the cleanse. So like a couple of days before, try and have 1 or 2 salads per day, and then your GI system will sort of get used to having lots more fiber in it, and you won't have as much stomach discomfort as some people might experience. Another thing that they recommend is sort of abstaining from doing any high impact exercise. So they do encourage you to do something sort of relaxing like yoga, or maybe just taking a walk, which is the route that I took. I didn't do anything more strenuous than just taking my dog for a walk. Now, this is definitely not like a starvation diet, but it is fairly low calorie. They estimate that you're consuming approximately 900 calories per day, so you definitely don't want to be going to the gym and burning 400 to 500 calories, because that would just put you at too much of a calorie deficit. So the very last thing that I want to talk about is my results from this. And I am really happy to report that I lost exactly on the nose 5 whole pounds, which I was really surprised and happy at. I didn't think it would be that much of a change physically, so I am disappointed that I didn't take any before and after photos or measurements, but the scale definitely showed a really big weight loss. And what has surprised me even more is I did this probably 10 days ago, and I still have not gained back any of the weight. So I know that some people might say, oh, that's like water weight or something, you'll gain it back. No, I lost 5 pounds and I have kept it off to this day, about 10 days later. So I'm really pleased about that. And the other really great benefit that I found from this is I think detoxing myself from sugar has really helped reduce the amount of cravings that I have. So I am not craving a lot of sweets. I'm not craving unhealthy foods. It's almost as if getting it out of my system was all that I needed to tell my body and especially my mind that I don't need those foods. And I work at a hospital. There's always junk food lying around. Patients and their families bring in platters of cookies and cakes to thank us. And while that is just so sweet, there's a lot of temptation always around at the hospital. So I found myself just thinking like, you know, I don't need that donut. I'm actually fine, I'm full. And that is just such a new concept for me, since I really never had a lot of willpower to resist treats like that. So that is the top thing that I found to be really helpful about doing this 3-day refresh, is just that I have found a way to rid myself of those cravings, and I'm able to abstain from a lot of temptation. All right, so that's everything that I had to say about this 3-day refresh program. I will leave the link to it down in the description box. And if you have never tried Beachbody programs before and you are looking for someone to help sort of guide you through the process, I will also leave the link to my Beachbody coach. She's amazing, she's motivating, she's gonna hold you accountable and help you reach your goals. Her name is Zita, and I just think she is the best coach out there. So if you are looking for someone to help you reach your weight loss goals, and you are looking for someone to help guide you through the process, if you are a beginner, then definitely reach out for her. She has a really active Facebook and Instagram, so let her know that I sent you over. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed hearing about this whole process that I went through. Leave me a comment down below if you have ever done a cleanse, what type of cleanse it was. Did you find it helpful? Did you lose weight from it? I'd love to hear about it, because I am definitely open to doing another one in the future, since I had such great results this time. I'm going to see you guys on Friday with a brand new video. Bye!